What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see on the screen, we got my guy, Nick. Nick, how's everything been with you, man?
Man, everything's been wonderful. It's been an up and down season, so I'm excited to get to talk about it.
It's definitely been an up and down season. Listen, brother, I wore a little gold. All this called Get a Bucket. So, we got Lakers here. But I wore a little gold just because your team is the Steelers. So I try to give you a little support. But if y'all know, though, I'm a Panthers fan. So we will be talking about my boys a little bit, just a little bit. But you said something interesting real quick. Speaking about a coach, Bill Belichick last season. If this was his last season, where would you want him to go then?
I was actually really on. I think a perfect match right now, just because he clearly wants to go somewhere where it has an already built talent pool that he can kind of adjust to kind of fit his mentality, especially in terms of defensive strategy. I think the Chargers would be a great fit for him. I think if Bill Belichick went to the Chargers, he's already got Justin Herbert. He's already got a talent pool full of a team that has a strong offensive base.
Okay.
If he can bring in and coach up that defense to be more disciplined, they could be a serious problem next year. So I think that would be a cool fit for me personally. That would be my dream, because I always, I know I'm not a fan or anything, but I always have a soft spot for certain teams and franchises. Yeah. And I was so sad watching Phillip Rivers because he just seems like such a nice guy lose for so long. Heartbreaking games. And I'm seeing the same thing start to happen to Justin. So, I really want to, and I like Justin, he's a humble kid who, to me, arguably might be the most talented quarterback in football. People underrate, that's an underrated, he's just underrated because of the team he's on. But, how many times he puts them in a position to win, and then his head coach makes a dumb call or wastes a challenge or doesn't call a timeout, or basic coaching things that end up losing games that make it look like he's not the one capable of orchestrating a game-winning drive, even though you see him, throw for 4 straight completions on 4th down for first downs. It's like he's, to me, arguably might be the best arm talent in football. So I think that you'll start to see that more if he can get a winning strategy around him.
Okay. I mean, I will say I'm cool with Justin. He's on my fantasy team, so I hope he does well. He does have a squad around him though on a consistent basis. So I do think that does kind of go against him sometimes. Like, if he loses early, dang, Justin, like you couldn't get further. But I do say it's interesting you bring up Phillip Rivers, and Phillip was successful, just lost in the playoffs. And I think that is kind of like Justin Herbert, because I think sometimes like Jalen Hurts reminds me of Donovan McNabb. And it's just interesting how, history does repeat itself. So I think we might be seeing a similar thing nowadays. It's very interesting that you say he's like, or you bring up Phillip Rivers, and because they are very similar in terms of their career path. So that's interesting. But
it's so funny to say that, by the way. I don't mean to cut you off here, but but that Eagles reference you just made with Jalen Hurts and Donovan McNabb. I lived in Philly for 6 years and was surrounded by nothing but Eagles fans. So I still got a lot of friends who are loyal to that fan base, and have a couple friends who, interned with the team actually. So they keep me abreast on all that stuff. And, Donovan McNabb was not liked amongst Philly fans, to be honest with you. I mean, he'll always have a place in the city, and he's going to be a quarterback who people rooted for, but his personality was just a wash for many people. They thought he was a cornball. They thought he was weird. Like he didn't have that cohesion in the locker room that said he's a leader. He was just the quarterback. Jalen Hurts is actually giving second stint Michael Vick vibes to me. If anything, he's giving, Randall Cunningham. He's that kid is a leader, and I truly, and I respect his swag, and you can tell his teammates do too.
Yeah. No, I get that. Because I was just bringing him up because of like team. You know what I'm saying? Like Donovan McNabb was on the Eagles. From a leadership perspective, I thought Donovan was cool as a leader. but I mean, I'm not inside the locker room, so that's a different discussion. It's another discussion for another day. But that's interesting though. That's interesting. That kind of brings me. Yeah, we might have a solid discussion. When you and I talk about the Eagles though. But yeah, now that's gonna be good. But overall, I think this AFC is pretty solid as a whole, bro. So I mean, I ain't gonna hold y'all, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We just covered the whole AFC, so I hope y'all liked it. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. Nick, before we go, you got anything you want to say to the folks?
You know, support my bro. He's putting out great content every week. So like and subscribe, like you said. And yeah, I mean, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to see what this season unfolds because I think a good football season is a season where any given Sunday is a true statement. And we're seeing an any given Sunday kind of season, which I really like. It's good for
Yeah.
football. Have competitive teams regardless of record, division, roster, health. You know,
It
I
really
mean,
makes betting a lot more
yeah,
entertaining. Well, I don't know if entertaining is the right word for that. Actually, now that I think about it.
no, more like anxiety inducing, but
Yeah, it adds anxiety to my. I swear to you, bro. Because even in basketball, it's becoming more like an any game sort of league now. You know what I'm saying? Like any team can beat you. Like the talent level is there. It's just more so about the execution and production now. So I mean, that's what the NFL is like, and I appreciate. I've appreciated the NFL for a while for that reason because any team can win on any given Sunday. So I mean, and I think that's what the NBA is trying to actually create in their league because for a while you kind of knew which teams were going to win. So you still might be able to, but now it's harder to tell because hey, this team is actually tough to beat. So can this team really beat them? That's why I viewed that for the NFL for a while. So I've always appreciated that about the NFL, man. Definitely, definitely.
yeah,
But
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, y'all will definitely see Nick again. Probably soon too. I'll probably have another video to talk about because Super Bowl not gonna be is gonna happen not too long from now. So we should bring. We'll have you and a couple other boys on the show for certain. For certain. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, hope you all have enjoyed it. I hope you all having a good one. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and most importantly, take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.